What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Negroes and entitlement. What made me want to do this video is the recent events that happened in McKinney, Texas. I'm sure y'all heard about that pool party incident, and let me just start off here, because I've said this before in many videos. A lot of people ask about my username, my YouTube name, Misanthropic One. Misanthropy being the hatred or dislike of humankind. And this is one of the main reasons I feel the way I feel, is because I believe humans in general, not just black people, but humans in general, feel entitled to certain things that they, nobody really should feel entitled to shit. You put on your pants the same way I do in the motherfucking morning. Shut the fuck up. And I believe I said this in another video that the customer service mentality, or the whole ideology of customer service, is part of the reason why motherfuckers on planet Earth feel entitled to shit. And I'm not a big believer in customer service. I've said this before. Well, let me clarify that. I believe in customer service to a certain extent. The whole customer's always right mentality creates motherfuckers that will walk into for example, a Burger King. They'll look up at the menu and see like a Whopper for $5, and they'll say, well, the customer's always right, so I'm only gonna pay you $1 for this. And it creates situations like that are very unnecessary. And y'all know, people be like, well, that'll never happen. But there's gonna be one person. I don't care if it's one person on the planet, you're still creating that, the room for that. You're still creating the universe for that to exist. So that's why I don't really believe in motherfuckers and that customer service, that customer's always right mentality, or you owe me bullshit, or I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want bullshit. I see it all the fucking time. So now to connect it to this whole shit where Negroes feel entitled to certain things that they're not really entitled to. This incident with the pool party, this is old news. Y'all already know the whole shit. Officer Casebolt took this one girl that was mouthing off, planted her into the ground, and it caused this whole fucking controversy. Listen, this whole shit started off where a girl was having a pool party in a gated community in Texas. It's ritzy suburban area. You pay your fucking maintenance fee, your taxes. You got a nice confined area where the grass is green, everything's beautiful, lawns are cut and everything. Okay, fine. Now, this girl was having a pool party, and supposedly someone put this shit on Twitter saying, oh, pool party, yo, come on. Basically made an invite, their own invite. So you had a bunch of motherfuckers coming up to the security area, where you drive in to the gated area. And some of the security staff was telling motherfuckers, nah, y'all can't come in, I think there was a rule, like it's like one guest per person or two, something like that. Basically, security was like, all right, it's enough, because it got a gang of Negroes, a bunch of kids running all up in this place. They're trying to maintain peace and tranquility. They're like, listen, let's sort shit out here, blah, 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 blah. Don't come in, whatever the case may be. Fine, they're an authority. What eventually ended up happening was you got all these kids jumping the fences, running through people's yards just to get to this pool party. Someone calls the cops. I guess people saw all these kids jumping around, said, what the fuck is going on here? What is this? What are all these fucking motherfuckers doing, you know? We're used to having a quiet-ass community that we pay extra money for. What the fuck is this? So they call the fucking cops. Cops come running. You seen the video. Motherfucker running, doing the fucking siphon filter roll and shit like that, which was kind of funny. But meat of the video had this officer Casebolt, running around telling these kids, stay the fuck here, don't move, blah, 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 blah. Told these kids, clear the fuck out, get across the street, get the fuck out of here, blah, 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 blah. You had one chick, female, had to keep walking her ass in the middle of the scene after the cop repeatedly said, get the fuck out of here, get across the street, do not come back here. Girl kept coming back in the middle, running her mouth, this and that. Y'all know what happened. He grabbed her, put her on the floor. Teens came surrounding him. He drew down, took his gun out. And y'all know the fucking video. So why I'm relating this to entitlement is a lot of you Negroes need to sit back and thoroughly analyze shit before you fucking go jump headfirst into shit. Everyone's saying, oh, this cop was racist and blah, 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 blah. Let's break it down. There was an invite put on Twitter, some de facto invite that wasn't put out there by the girl who started the party. Some other Negro put that out there. So everybody just thought, well, fuck it. We're just going to crash this fucking party. We're just going to go up in there, even though there's security up front saying, nah, stop. You're not invited, blah, 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 blah. Security, one authority figure telling you, stop, nah, we can't let you in here. We got to find out, let's verify shit. Or better yet, no, we just can't let a gang of y'all in here. It is what it is. Whatever the case may be, that was one wall right there. But no, y'all felt entitled to this party, so y'all started jumping the fences in a gated fucking community. Felt entitled to go into somebody else's house that wasn't yours and go party, right? Now, I know there was another situation that supposedly started like a fight between one of the black chicks and a white chick. Supposedly there was racial epithets thrown out there. I'm not really gonna go that deep into that shit, but what I will say based on that is a lot of people gotta learn to just, if you're gonna verbally go back and forth, that's one thing. Don't put your hands on people, you know what I mean? You could sit there and spar back and forth, but again, due to this whole entitlement shit, majority of y'all shouldn't have been there in the first place, right? So I'll just stick to that part of the story because that's what this video is about. Entitlement. What else? Cops show up now. Motherfuckers running around. Cops say, stop running, which is something I've talked about several times. Don't fucking run. All right, sir, we're here. What do you want? Stop. That's it. That's how motherfuckers end up fucked up or shot. If a cop is telling you stay the fuck there, stay the fuck there. All right? Now, to this fucking hoe that went around running her mouth, she felt entitled. Like, I'm just gonna walk wherever the fuck I want, even though this fucking cop said, get the fuck out of here, stop coming over here, get the fuck across the street. Nah, she felt entitled. Nah, I'm just gonna walk wherever the fuck I wanna walk. Well, you got dragged into it. You got what you wanted. I don't feel bad for that chick. I really don't. Because, let me tell you something. If there's a scene, usually you see a bunch of cops sitting around, there's cop cars around here. Why the fuck do you think you're from some random CSI motherfucker walking up and down in the middle of where they're doing their investigation or talking to somebody or detaining somebody? Get the fuck out of here. Cop says, all right, get the fuck out of here. I'm gone. I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, I'm just gonna do whatever I want and mouth off to a fucking cop. It just don't work that way. And then when you get dragged down to the ground, I mean, look, let me say this before, because I know a lot of you Negroes are, oh, you're defending this cop. Let me tell you something. Was he excessive? Yeah. I could say, yeah, I might give you that. Was he colorful? Yeah, he had colorful language, sure. But again, when you have an authority fucking figure telling your black ass, listen, get out of here. Listen, you should know as a black person that, you know, the sentiment in the black community or lack thereof is, well, there's a strike against us, so cops are looking to get us. If a cop is telling you get the fuck out of here with that logic, you should just walk away. Okay, listen, I got no dog in this race. I'm out. Cop told me to go. I'm done. I'm out. Right. I don't care about the fact that he used colorful language, and again, with entitlement. Oh, he should have said things nicer, which is something I see a lot of you Negroes run around saying, oh, well, he cursed at her. So what? So what? You gotta understand something. With being a fucking cop or some type of authority figure, there has to be a level of assertiveness with that position. No, I'm not saying to come up and be fucking John Rambo or this and that, but when you got kids running around and people ain't fucking listening, no, listen, I don't expect that person to be nice when he's running around, and he even said it in the fucking video, you want me to run around with all this gear on me or whatever the case may be. I think that was this video. I may be getting it confused with, because there's so much of this shit running around going on right now. But I think it was this video that he said that. But, you know, yeah, there's going to be a level of what the fuck. You got to expect that shit, you know? And another thing with the level of assertiveness, let's be honest. If any of you Negroes called a cop, for example, and said, listen, you know, there's some dude in this neighborhood, I just saw him rape a little girl, you know, you're gonna want a hard-ass cop to show up and take care of business. You don't want no soft-ass motherfucker saying, sir, come on, please, sir, don't do. No, you're gonna want a motherfucker to be like, get the fuck over here, get your ass in this fucking car right now. You're raping fucking kids. You're gonna want a certain level of assertiveness. So please stop running around saying that, oh, he cursed at this little girl. When number one, you know, at that pool party they were listening to some fucking crazy rap shit. I'm a big hip hop fan, so I know what's being said in those lyrics. And number two, judging from how that girl was acting, you know she heard worse at home. So because the cop said get the fuck out of here, that, you know, you're gonna condemn this dude? Nah, that's bullshit. I don't even know where else to go with this shit. I just don't like the mentality that, you know, oh, well, I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Nah, that's not the way things work. I'm telling you Negroes are backwards. You know, you gotta learn to sort of respect authority. That begins at home, you know. This is why there needs to be two parents in the home, especially, you know, a fucking father. Father will tell you these things. Listen, a fucking cop comes up to you and stops you. You stop. Hey, what do you need, sir? This is all my shit here. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? And yeah, this brings me to the next part of the video. I addressed this dude before. Robert Perkins, aka the nigga with tattoos, or the revolutionary with tattoos. He made a video, I believe it's called Are Black People Raising Cowards? and he was talking about how a lot of black people are saying, well, you should just sit there and comply with the cops, and that's equivalent to being a fucking coward. Like that black kids shouldn't question the police, and I don't equate that to being a coward. At least I'll clarify it. I don't equate compliance to being a coward. That shows intelligence. That I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you because you got a motherfucking gun. I know I'm a black man. I know what the deal is. So let me try and show you. Look, I'm not a piece of shit. Yeah, I was here. Listen, maybe I did do this shit. Okay, fine. Let me get my shit. Let me get the fuck out of here. Fighting will only perpetuate a fucking bullshit stereotype that's already put on us as black people. So, is that cowardice? No. Compliance isn't cowardice because they're an authority you're supposed to comply with, no matter what color you are. That's not cowardice. This is one video that I do disagree with Robert Perkins. I mean, I do like a lot of his things, but this is one where I disagree with him on. And, you know, another thing he mentioned is how white boys run around and they curse out the cops and say all this shit. And, you know, which, you know, is true. There have been videos that I've seen where white dudes will be cursing out the cops and everything. And, you know, my thing is this. You know, black people have this mentality that, you know, white people are the oppressor or and shit like that. So why would you want to emulate? Like, black people want to emulate the weirdest shit. You know, they don't want to have their own identity or you know, have independent thought. They just want to, well, white people do it, so I should be able to do it. So if they jump off a Brooklyn Bridge, you should be able to do it too. Nah, listen. There's a video that I saw. I don't know the name of it, but it had a white dude that had the cops called on him, and I don't know what state it was, but it was a state that allows open carry of a firearm. So I guess someone saw him with his gun and called the cops on him, and the cops came, and this dude was able to talk to these cops and articulate why he had the gun. He was able to walk away and even keep his gun. He just was able to recite laws, statutes, certain court cases. He even told the cop, he goes, listen, am I being detained? The cop said, well, no. He goes, well, then I'm not telling you my name. And this goes back to something I tell you about Negroes and literacy. When I tell y'all that, you know, y'all got a low literacy rate, y'all need to step it up, go read a book, go, you know, study. A lot of people say this is maybe going off into something else, but it's all relative. A lot of people say, well, that's acting white. Well, let me tell you something. If you're able to recite the law to cops and they're stumped like this white boy did, I mean, you could be able to walk up. I gotta find that video. I don't know if any of y'all know what it is, but if you do, hook it up, put it down there. But it was a stunning video because that guy didn't curse. He just said, listen, according to this case and this case, I'm allowed to have open carry. I'm allowed to do that. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Well, cop couldn't say shit. And he goes, I'll wait for your supervisor to get here. And at the end, he was like, am I free to go? Well, he goes, oh yeah, can I have my gun back, by the way? He handled it with tact. And that's what I stress that you Negroes learn to do. Stop being so emotional like a lot of these hoes teach you. Stop being fucking emotional. Use a little bit of logic and brains when handling authority. That's all I'm saying. So please don't come here saying, you're kissing white man's ass, you're defending corrupt cops. No, that's not the case. So shut the fuck up. Another thing that I see a lot of Negroes say, or they share this sentiment, is they'll say, well, the cop shouldn't have drawn his weapon. No, I'm here to tell you different. I believe that he was completely justified in doing it, because if you watch the video, you see a gang. he took the girl down, put her down on the ground. Now you see a group of Negroes running towards him. You can see one of them, clear as day, running. He got his hand, kept putting his hand behind his back. I mean, this goes back to what I was saying before. You parents need to tell your kids, black parents, cop shows up, hey, what do you want me to do? I'm not doing anything wrong. Listen, here's my shit, run it, and I'm out. Or if they don't want you, get the fuck out of here, I'm gone. That's it. But I went back and forth with one Negro that I totally demolished logically. I forget, I think it was on my Man Painless Risen's video. This dude is saying, he shouldn't have drawn his weapon, and I said, dude, he was being swarmed by a gang of teens. I said he was completely justified. He should have. He told them 50 fucking times, stay the fuck over there. No, they ran up on him. And I said, you even had one guy with his hand behind his back. This dude went and said, I forget this guy's name, 1M Hip Hop, some 1T Hip Hop, I don't know what the fuck his name is. This Negro came back saying, he had no weapon, so why would he run up on a guy with a weapon? I said, you just proved my point, stupid. Why, if you see a guy with a weapon, an authority figure, why would you run up on him if you had no weapon? Why would you run up on him, period? But why would you run up on him if you had no weapon? Then he says something about, oh yeah, he was just probably trying to fix his pants. I said, are you serious? Are you serious? The cop is supposed to assess all that while having one perpetrator, or whatever you want to call him, down, and he's telling you guys, stay the fuck over there. But yet y'all are running up on him. He's supposed to say, oh, that guy's fixing his pants, so let me not pull out my gun. This is Negro logic at its finest. He's fixing his pants. Let me tell you something. When it comes down to cops, their mentality is it's their life versus yours. They want to go home. So I get it. That's why I'm not going to run up on no cop. It don't make sense. That's fucking stupid. And let me tell you something. This shit is going to continue to happen unless Negroes change their mindset. Negroes got to stop acting as if, oh, I'm entitled to this. I'm just going to walk around and say whatever I want. I'm going to say whatever I want to a cop. And, people say, you have freedom of speech, which you do. But again, it comes with certain consequences. Like for me, I've been pulled over several times. I'm not going to tell a cop, you need to talk to me nicer. Why make a situation that I could just easily evade? Here's my stuff, sir. And yeah, you know what? If he's having a bad day or whatever, this and that, the best I would try to do is maybe empathize. That's it. Yeah, you know what? I'm having a shitty day. I ran that red light. My bad, dude. You know what? And that's how I've gotten off a lot, because if I admit when I'm wrong and I know it, I'm not gonna fight this dude. He got me on camera, dash cam maybe going 90. Okay, yes, sir. I'm speeding. I'm trying to get down to pick up my brother real quick. We're gonna be late to X, Y, and Z. Okay, be careful. Get the fuck out of here. That's it. I don't know what the fuck else to say. I'm rambling on and on. You Negroes gotta get it together, man. Stop feeling entitled. Humans in general, stop feeling entitled to shit. You're not entitled to dick. That's all I gotta say, alright? Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate, most of all subscribe, alright? Peace, bitches.